All right, what's going on, man? It's your boy Cloth, and I'm back with another video. Man, look at my start, so I'm not going nowhere. All right, so this video is either gonna go in two different directions. It's either gonna go into this is gonna be a long video, or this is gonna be a short video. But it really just depends on how fast I'm able to get through explaining why I'm buying certain things and why I bought this particular piece versus something else. Because I wanna give more insight on why I tend to lean to certain things and tend to lean away from other things. But this is gonna be a recent pickup video. And let me just say this. I made this video last year where I said, oh, this is my most expensive recent pickup video. This video is definitely now old. And this video that you're currently watching, without a shadow of a doubt, is going to be my biggest, most expensive recent pickup video. And before I go any further, let me just put this disclaimer out there. I haven't done a recent pickup video in about 5 months. This isn't just a culmination of things I bought in the last week or the past month or the past 2 months. These are things that I bought in the span of 5 months. I budget my money. So if I want a piece that's, let's say, $500, out of one paycheck, out of the next paycheck, and out of the next paycheck, I'll buy that piece. I'm not just spending willy-nilly. Gotta keep a roof over my head, gotta keep food in my refrigerator, and I have to keep gas in my car. So like, I'm not just spending money willy-nilly. You do not need to spend crazy amount of money on clothes to be fashionable. I know people who strictly buy secondhand who are way more fashionable than people who strictly buy designer clothes. That's like, I see it all the time. So it's not about buying expensive pieces to make your closet dope or make it, you know, whatever the case may be. It's not about how much you spend. It's about what you do with the clothes that you have. But the only reason that this is the most expensive one is also because my birthday just recently passed. So I got gifted a lot of these things. And some of these things are like things I've been dying for. I know these things are going to be in my closet. I'm not just buying because of a trend. I'm not just buying because of, you know, Little Gotti wore it or, you know, whoever bought it. Like, I'm buying it because I've been wanting it deep inside of me. I've been wanting it for a really long time, so it's not like I'm just buying it just because. But I want to just put that disclaimer out there because I feel like a lot of times people, you know, look to these social media influencers and they see, you know, the Louis, they see the Gucci's, they see the, you know, all this, and they think they need to buy that to be cool or be in. And at the end of the day, bro, you can shop strictly at Goodwill. You can strictly shop at, you know, some thrift store in your hometown and be 10 times more fashionable than any rapper or influencer there is out there in the world. But now that that's out the way, again, I'm gonna try to go through this as fast as possible. And I think the best way to do that is starting with things I've already did videos on. All right, so starting off first is gonna be the Nike Bode collab sneaker. Again, I talked about these on TikTok. I talked about these on YouTube Shorts. And I also did a full review where I go into depth about the overall release of the sneaker, but also how I felt about them wearing them for a week. So if you wanna watch that video, it is right here at your disposal. But again, I've had these shoes for a cool little minute now. I actually went to Vegas in these shoes. I walked the strip. I walked the Las Vegas strip, and I walked Fremont Street in these shoes. So I've definitely put some time in with these sneakers. And I could say without a doubt, like, they're not the most uncomfortable sneakers in the world, but they're also not the most comfortable sneakers in the world. I really just needed a low profile sneaker, and rather than leaning into like the Sambas or like, you know, any other popular silhouette that dropped this year, this one kind of just resonated with me more just because I really like the brand Bode. And Nike, again, like, Nike is just one of the giants in the game. So yeah, like, that's really the reason that I bought these, and they definitely have held up. Definitely got some more in, but definitely more life to it. So that was really the main reason that I bought these sneakers. I really just needed a low profile sneaker, it being Nike and Bode. Come on, like, what else can I ask for? All right, so next is gonna be the Garden Air clogs. Now again, I have a video where I wear these for a week and I review and give my thoughts and opinions about these shoes. So if you wanna watch this video, it's right here. But this is the update on what it looks like. I definitely wear these a lot just because, like, these are right by my door next to my other clogs. Again, I have the AOD, Super Berkeys, and I have the Garden Airs. I can say without a doubt, the Garden Airs are getting the most love recently, just because, like, they're a little bit more durable. I also want to get a little bit more wear in, just to like break them in even more than I did in the previous video. But yeah, I still stand on it. This is definitely the better price clog that you can get on the market, to my knowledge so far. I haven't tried every clog out there, but for 78 bucks compared to the AOD like 90 something, and then the Birkenstock 80 something. This is constructed a little bit better in my opinion. Now, since that video, I have gotten information just in my YouTube comments about why this certain thing is the way it is. Damn, that thing is stuck in here. Damn, that is in there. So in the video, I couldn't understand why they had this right here, given that my AOD clogs, they were smooth, so you could wear them either with the insole or without the insole. And also with the Super Birkies, you could wear them with the insole or without the insole. So when I got these, I was like, what was that for? I don't really understand that, because like it doesn't give you the option. So if you're like an in-between size, which a lot of these clog type shoes vary between like that 9, 9.5, 8, 8.5, 10, 10.5, like a lot of them do that. This one doesn't give you the option to do that. So I was kind of confused on why this was here. But people say it's to like promote airflow through the shoe, which I could kind of see, kind of can't see that. But again, I'm not gonna argue with the logic of it. I'm sure that does play a role into it. And again, I think this is the better one for the price compared to the others. But yeah, that is my current update thoughts on the Garden Air Clog. Next, we have the Vans Off the Wall half cab Vibram sole. This still is crazy to me. Even when I go in my closet and I look at these, I'd be like, that is crazy that they did that, given that I used to rock half cabs when I was younger. But I really don't find myself reaching for these too often. I think this is still a dope sneaker, but just like compared to like my clogs or other sneakers, I definitely see me reaching for others rather than these. But I think as it gets a little bit colder in Texas, I will start reaching for these a little bit more, just because the color is crazy. I think the design is crazy. Again, just like being somebody who liked half cabs when I was younger, I still like look at this and be like, wow, they actually did that. So there's really no update on this. Like the reason I bought this is just because like it was crazy. It was kind of nostalgic. Vibram sole is also just like a really good thing for the bottom of the shoe. And I wanted to buy into it because I was like, this is so unique. And again, I don't see these often, even just like on my algorithm, out in public, or like, just anywhere. I don't see these anywhere. Like I really don't. And there was really only one video on YouTube that I've seen of these prior to mine. So if you do want to see my review of these shoes, I'll leave that video right there. But yeah, that is my updated thoughts on the Vibram sole half cab Vans sneaker. So the Jordan 4 Kaws collab, cool gray colorway. Bro, at the end of the day, this doesn't need much explanation on why I bought this. This is without a doubt definitely one of the better Jordan collabs that they've ever done. Ever. Like, ever, bro. It's ever. Again, I've wanted these shoes since like dating back early as like 2019. 2020, I talked about them on Instagram. 2021, like I've always talked about this being like my holy grail sneaker. Like this was one of the shoes that like I knew I was gonna own eventually. I just didn't know when it was gonna happen. Again, I was in Joshua Tree for my birthday. My girlfriend bought them for me. And again, my reaction to this was simply this. There's no fucking There's no way you did that. I just simply couldn't believe it. I was just like, there's no way. And people also, in the video where I talked about these shoes, people were like, oh, like, why don't you style these? I want to see how you rock them. And I'm gonna just put this out there. I still haven't built my ideal closet. So like my closet has a lot of holes. I don't have much that can go with this. Truthfully, honestly, I really don't have much that can go with this. I'm still trying to figure out what that fit is. And I feel like, well, a lot of my, sneaker videos that come and also in the past, like people are like, oh, can you style these shoes? I want to see how you rock them. And like, I really wish I could to the fullest extent, but I just don't have many clothes yet. Like I don't have a fully built closet. I'm doing a lot of things out of order as far as like buying more pants or crazy hats and like not really buying things to make a full outfit. So if that makes sense, but back to the shoes. Again, bro, this is like, somebody who really likes sneakers, like this is like my sneaker grail ever. Like that didn't even make sense. This is like my holy grail sneaker. So the fact that I have it is pretty crazy. I actually put this, I don't plan to rock this too often, like I said in that video. I put this on my bookshelf just so like when I watch TV, I can just look at them and be like, wow, I have those shoes now. But I do plan on rocking them just because I am the CEO of Rock Your Sneakers. I truly believe that these will be worn a lot, but they won't be worn as much as like other shoes, but they will get worn just because like I have to rock these at some point. All right, so you're probably wondering, why do you have these shoes back up here? You just talked about these. Why are the Nike Bode collab shoes up here again? And there's no other reason other than I also got the black pair. So these dropped as a set. They had the white canvas pair, but then I feel like this was the most sought after pair. This is that a fly? This was the this was the most sought after pair. I think the leather pair was a pair that everyone wanted, you know, just like a black sneaker, super minimal design, not too much going on with the colors as far as like with the little charms. But like this was the one that I initially wanted. I settled for these just because like I was able to get these. But these was the ones, bro. And I definitely will be making a video in comparison to how I like the canvas pair versus the leather pair. I haven't stepped outside yet, as you can see, like these are still very much so in the box, haven't been worn. I have put them on my feet just for the sake of like just put them on, making sure that it can fit. Other than that, I haven't put a fit together. I haven't, you know, stepped outside in them. I haven't worn them to any degree yet. But I will be dropping another video comparing the all leather pair versus the canvas pair, so be on the lookout for that. But again, I'm just glad I got these shoes because now I have both. Okay, bro, there's not a single video on my channel where I need to be acting like this. Bro. You want to talk about grail sneakers again? I feel like as sneakers become older, as far as like when they released, it's harder to find, you know, a good condition pair. It's hard to find pairs just in general, just because they came out so long ago. You know, people may have bought them, whatever, yada, yada. But the New Balance Stray Reds, I want to say these are the 990 V2s or V3s. I can't think off the top of my head right now, but this is going to be the Joker DC pair, obviously featuring the purple and the green here. But then also on this one, you could obviously see Joker on the inside. And it's crazy because like, when I look at shoes that I typically buy, you know, I like crazy colors, I like things that stand out, but like sometimes I like a little subtle, nothing too much going on. And I think this kind of fits that description because like, there's no crazy colors, there's nothing that stands out. It's really just like, if you didn't look at the inside, you would think this was just like a simple GR that release. But I think that just made it so dope because like, it is one of those like, if you know type sneakers. It's not like a wildly known collab. I feel like a lot of people kind of forgot about the Stray Red collabs because they've had so many. I want to say they've had maybe 4 collab shoes with New Balance. But I think this is definitely one of the best. If not, this is one of like New Balance's top 10 collab shoes they've ever dropped. Like I'm willing to bet my dollar on it, bro. Like it's just done effectively, bro. This is just like a very well done sneaker collab. And I've been wanting these for like 2-3 years, like, and it's hard to find pairs that's like in this condition, bro. Like, look at the bottom. Like, they're like, this is crazy. This is crazy how good of a condition these shoes are given how long they dropped. So yeah, this is great purchase. Again, something I know is gonna stay in my closet. I'm never gonna cycle it out. I'm never gonna wanna sell it. It's just gonna live in my closet indefinitely now. But yeah, this is, I mean, again, when it comes to like sneakers like this, it's really no explaining it, bro. Like it's simply just something I've been wanting for a very long time and I finally got it. So it's always gonna stay in my closet. Obviously this should come to no surprise. I posted YouTube shorts. I've also posted a fit pic in these. I've also taken pictures of these shoes. So like, it shouldn't come to no surprise, but this is going to be the CDG Nike foamposite. This now is their 3rd iteration of doing a foamposite. And I can say without a doubt, this is definitely the better pair of the two. Clearly we have the black and the white pairs that they dropped previously, but I think this pair is just so, it's different, just like the way they blended the colors. The little hits right here as far as like the back pull tab and then this front pull tab. It's just done good, bro. It's just sneaker done good. And I've always been a foamposite fan. Again, I still have my flight posits from back in high school when I bought them. Foamposites, I don't know if you know, are very indestructible. I've barely seen, maybe just on the bottom, but I've barely seen anybody truly wearing a pair of Foamposites to where like the bottom's falling off, the top's creased in. Like I've seen beat up pairs, of course, but I feel like even the beat up pairs I see on secondary markets or beat up pairs I've seen in person, they're not really beat up. They're just like obviously damaged, or like, that doesn't help. Hold on. They're obviously worn. Like you can tell they've been worn, but they're not like, you know, you get a pair of Jordan 1s and you beat them to the ground on the bottom and then on the top, like you could tell like the shoe's destroyed. But like most of the Foamposites I've seen, you could just tell they've been worn. Yeah, this is without a doubt. This is top 5 sneakers that dropped in 2024. I'm stamping it. I don't care what none of y'all say. This is definitely going in the top 5. And these are definitely sought out there. They only dropped that Dover Street. Again, I dropped the Dover Street plug. I'm not getting sponsored, but Dover Street is really on the website where I feel like a lot of people know about it, but they don't know about it because a lot of sneakers drop on Dover that do not sell out fast. And I'm like, wait, they're sold out everywhere else, but not Dover Street. I don't understand that. I know I said I was gonna stop plugging Dover Street, but there we are. Also, just a weird little point. It's cool because I just watched the first episode of Uzumaki, if anybody likes anime, and like it has the spirals right here. And like basically the whole theme of the show was like the spiral, you know, Uzumaki, like the spiral is like taking over people, you know, killing people and all that. I've only watched 1 episode. I didn't read the book, but I'm really liking the show so far. But yeah, these, like, come on, like, do I really need to explain why these are like top 5? Or should I just move on? Like, I feel like these are pretty self-explanatory, bro. There's no reason for me to go into depth on why these shoes are where they are, whether it be on the top 5 or also why they're in my closet. So again, the Nike CDG Foamposites, they killed these. All right, so this next shoe is definitely not a shoe I plan to ever be in my possession. I remember talking about it. Actually, it was the first virtual Claw Talk I ever did right here, where I talked about these sneakers. I was like, oh, I think it would be dope if I got these shoes, but like, I think it's gonna be pretty hard because they're only dropping once. They're only dropping in one spot. So like the odds are against me. I'm not gonna get these shoes, but I really like the shoes. So you can only imagine, you know, my birthday show up and my girlfriend's like, oh yeah, I got you these too. We got the Heats Be Hot. Oh, the Heats Be Hot, the Magma pair. Definitely the better of the other pairs that drop with these. Again, I'm just somebody who likes crazy colors. Just because like they stand out more, I feel like it's always a conversation piece, especially if I'm walking out in public and people know that sneaker collab or they know that silhouette. They're like, oh, like those are Salehis. I'm like, and then now we're having a conversation about sneakers, but this is definitely the better pair. And I feel like New Balance is pushing the 1906R. I've seen a lot of GRs. I've seen people starting to get collabs with this shoe. But you can't be expecting me to do an overall review of these shoes. I will be doing like the wear test, you know, the durability test, you know, putting some hours in, seeing how they feel, going to the gym, you know, really putting these shoes under pressure. So be on the lookout for a review on these pretty soon. But yeah, I feel like they're definitely pushing this model. And I think this is just like, I mean, if you're trying to roll out a model, if you're trying to, you know, really push a model, this is how you push a model or push a silhouette. And I was talking to, so on my last Claw Talk, I talked to a PM and a designer over at New Balance. And I said like, y'all could have went with any blue and it would have been suffice. But this blue, I don't know, bro. That blue just did something like to my mind, bro. It was just like, y'all killed this shoe, bro. Like this is a well-executed sneaker collab, like from top to bottom. I have nothing bad to say about it. Of course, I haven't worn it, but we will see after I wear it how I feel about it. And let me just say this, bro, because this is very smart. The cork insole on a shoe is really smart. I don't know why more people don't do that. It is really smart as far as like sweat absorption and like, you know, making sure the odor in the shoe is still good. Cause like that's how they are in the water beater guides. And like those shoes, like, of course shoes, like my shoes don't stink, but like they never stink. Like, and I'll put some miles in them shoes. So I think the cork insole is always a good touch, especially when Salehi does it, just because like it's always paired with a crazy colorway shoe. But again, that's gonna be the 1906R. Fire. All right, so we are entering into the last sneaker that will be in this recent pickup video. And you wanna talk about a sneaker that I never thought was gonna be in my closet, that wasn't even in the back of my mind slightly. Oh, it's definitely gonna be these. The Kaws Babesters. Now, I definitely never in my life thought I was gonna own these shoes. But again, I got them for my birthday and I was just like, why? Like, what? And I've already rocked these shoes. I think I put together a really well put together outfit with these shoes. As you can see right here, I think the fits speak for themselves. But these are just crazy. But the bad thing about Babesters is, which I'm sure if you watch people like Keezy or if you watch other people who are like Babester enthusiasts, like these shoes crease basically on impact. Like as soon as you take a step, they're crease. So again, I'm Mr. Rock Your Sneakers, so I will be rocking them. As you see, I've rocked them already, but I am gonna be a little bit more cautious because of like how dope these look uncracked. Like I don't wanna put too much pressure on these, but like, man, these are crazy. And I do have a pair of Babesters. I bought these right here. And as you can see, the cracking is just, it's cracking. Like it's cracking for real. And I don't really rock these as often anymore just because I do see them crumbling a lot. And like this is the effect of owning Babesters if you actually wear them. And it is pretty sad to see just because like when you see a shoe this dope and you see it start to like crumble away like that, you know, kind of make you make you a little choked up just because like, why you gotta crack up like that? But again, really dope sneaker. Colorway is crazy. This is like definitely within my palette. I love something like that has this many colors. The way that the colors are done, the blocking on the shoe overall is just super dope. So like when I saw these again, I was just like, what? These are wild. Like, what? But that is gonna wrap up the shoes. Now let's get into the clothes. All right, I had to do a little fit change. All right, and just for a little bit of clarity, all the sneakers that I've already talked about, they're all gonna get their own separate videos. So that's why I didn't go too much in depth about like, you know, comfortability, durability, you know, how I feel about the shoe currently, just because like a lot of them, like the Bodes, I have not worn outside yet. I haven't put together a fits for them. Like I haven't done anything for them. So all those shoes will get their own individual videos soon. So be on the lookout for that. But let's move into clothing and accessories. Why does it feel like it's leaning? If you noticed that this video was leaning, I've been trying to figure out, like I've been looking at the camera trying to figure out why does it look like it's leaning, but it actually was leaning. I think I fixed it now, but hey, who knows? So first for accessories is gonna be a watch. Now, I don't really do too much jewelry. I feel like jewelry makes you stand out a little too much. I like to be a little bit more low key when it comes to jewelry. Like I always have my class ring. This watch I have, this Nixon watch, I've had this watch since I got my first paycheck at my very first job working at the mall, which was PacSun. So this is the same watch that I bought with my first paycheck at that job. I always keep one necklace on. And I may have a bracelet, but I don't really like jewelry is not really my thing. And I don't know if that has anything to do with like where I grew up, but I feel like excessive jewelry kind of puts like an imaginary target on your back. And I'm not really up for that. So I feel like I've always just kept it simple when it came to accessories. Like the main accessories I always rock are like my watch, my ring, and a necklace. Like I keep it very simple when it comes to that. But I did get another one. It's gonna be a Nixon. I don't know, maybe I just now have brand loyalty to Nixon, but like, this is gonna be a Nixon gold watch. Can't really go wrong with the gold. I think the best thing about this watch is the green hit on the inside. Green and gold just go together, bro. That's all I can say. And this watch is really dope. Like very simple, not too much going on. It will stand out if I pair it with the right thing. But it's gonna be nice to have a second watch to lean on. Instead of just like this, I mean, this one has been with me for so long, but it'd be nice to throw in another watch to like switch up the rotation. All right, so next in accessories are gonna be headwear. Y'all know I like my standout, unique headpieces. So these are gonna be a few that I just picked up. All right, so starting off first is gonna be this Chez Rien hat. Again, this is somebody that I had on Claw Talk, the owner of this brand. It is a brand that I'm gonna continue to buy things from just because I feel like his stuff is well designed for it only being him at the moment. But as far as like unique, it's nothing like too stand out as compared to like a number 9 hat, but it's something that I needed. Like I needed something I could wear that wasn't too over the top, too crazy out there, you know, flaps, all the things that, you know, some of my hats feature. I just needed something I could throw on and then like, it's just like a classic look. I have worn this hat a lot, as you can see. But overall, it's just like a decent hat. I like the color pop on it. Again, I did wear this with that outfit I put together with the Babestas and it went really well together. But again, I just needed a hat that wasn't a goofy, a standout hat. I just needed something I could just plop on and it just fit like a classic hat. All right, next up is gonna be this Supreme hat. And I believe these are called trapper hats, like the ones with like the little ear flaps. Got like this cool little design on the hat itself. And then on the inside, it has like this little cord, like kind of almost like suede feel to it. The only thing I don't like about some of these hats is like these tassels. And like, I don't necessarily want to like get rid of it because like the point is you can tie it up top, but I kind of wish like you can hide or disguise these when the ear flaps are down, because then it like, you're just walking around with these little tassels. But other than that, like I thought it was a really dope hat. Again, something I was not expecting. I got gifted this for my birthday. But I thought it was dope. I really like the hat. And then lastly for the hats is gonna be this Vivienne Westwood hat. Now this hat is meant for people who have a lot of hair, let's say dreads. The hat is huge, bro. Like if I did not pin this together, this hat would easily go over the hat that I have on now. See what I mean? I think my plan is to take this to someone, have them cut up this hat and cut out a piece of material and then kind of close it just how like the pin was doing to make it fit my head. I take a lot of hat inspiration from Cole Brown from Martin. And then this particular scene right here is where I kind of wanted a hat that resembled it, where like, you know, it's a beanie, but then when it gets knocked to the front, it kind of like drapes to the side. I really like the way that looked. But yeah, that's the hats that I have picked up since. And the last thing for accessories is gonna be these belts right here from Pretty Ugly Shop. Again, I had the owner of this brand on Cloth Talk. Really dope dude, making some really dope stuff. So if you wanna check out that episode right here, make sure you check out that episode. But if not, you definitely wanna follow him on the socials. I think he's going to, not only is he making dope stuff, but I think he's gonna continue to elevate what he's doing just from what I've seen. But these belts are really dope because like, I feel like a lot of people right now, when it comes to belts, are focusing on like buckle belts, or like, you know, like the Vivienne Westwoods, the Palace, belts like that where they have like a big buckle and people are like showcasing like that. I like these because like, again, I'm not really too flashy like that. So like, although those buckle belts are dope, I think this is more my speed, a little bit more minimal, a little bit more unique, because you gotta like, you kind of have to like get up close on it to see like what it is. But yeah, man, these belts are dope. I will say though, the pink belt, I did get a size 40 in this belt. And the purple belt, I did get a size 34. I will say between the two, the pink one fits a little bit bigger. So when I'm typically rocking the pink one, I'm rocking it with a bigger pair of pants. I'm not necessarily wearing the pants right where my waist is. I'm kind of like sagging a little bit, you know, shame on me. And I would say for the purple one, as I'm showing in this video, is definitely like fit for me to wear where my waist is. Although I could wear it a little bit off my waist, I'm gonna be struggling to try to buckle it. So you definitely want to take that information with what you will. If depending on how you style your stuff is definitely gonna be key for finding your perfect size for these belts. But again, he's doing some really dope stuff. Pretty Ugly Shop is the name. You definitely want to check them out. All right, so for the first piece in the apparel line is going to be the straight fit jeans from Double RL. Now, Double RL is a brand that I wasn't really known to until I moved to Texas. Obviously, Double RL being inspired by ranch wear, true Western wear. Moving to Texas, I get kind of like roped into that, just seeing it out in public. But since getting hyped to this brand, it's definitely kind of leaned me to, when I'm on Grilled or if I'm online shopping, like lean into, you know, looking at Ralph Lauren, vintage Ralph Lauren, looking at Double RL, looking at vintage Double RL, just because like the stuff that I see that's in current season, I'm like, oh, that stuff is really dope. But the more I go back, I'm like, oh, they were really doing some dope stuff. And it's nice. It's also just like a nice switch up from like the typical stuff that I rock. Having something that's like, you know, a ranch jacket or like a Western jacket or something kind of adds like a different aesthetic to my overall closet. But very surprised by these jeans. Let me tell you, first of all, y'all know me. I like baggy. I don't care. I like baggy just because like it makes me feel the most comfortable. I don't like things close to the body. I like to be able to just put things on and just go about my day without feeling restricted. And I was very surprised by the straight fit jean just because like usually the double RL jeans I've encountered in the past have been very rigid, take a while to break in, kind of leaning more towards that raw denim side. These are 13 ounces. So when I saw that, I was like, 13 ounces? Because when I put them on, they didn't feel like 13 ounces. 13 ounces is like, it's not the heaviest of some denim I've seen, but 13 ounces is pretty heavy. So I thought like, these are gonna be tight. I'm gonna have to break them in. It's gonna be a whole process. But when I put these on, they were pretty easy to go about my day. Like I didn't feel any restriction. Yeah, if I kind of like move in certain spots, I do kind of get caught a little bit, but they're not as restrictive as other jeans I've seen from double RL. But I mean, I don't have a single complaint about these jeans yet. I definitely will be making a separate video outside of this after I've worn them for like maybe like 2 or 3 months just to give an update on like breaking in these jeans. But I'm very surprised. The one rule I'll always say with double RL, if you've never encountered double RL, if you are not the standard size of a European, just go a size up. These are a size 36 jeans. I typically can float between 34 and 36 with some pants, but like I am a hard stop 36 or up when it comes to double RL just because like they make their stuff very slim. That is the one note I'll leave you off with when it comes to double RL. All right, so next up I have these baggy pleated shorts from Chez Rien. Again, this is the person that I bought the yellow hat from. This is also the person that I had on Cloth Talk. And I just needed something that was a little bit more of like a formal look. The baggy pleated part can like make me lean more towards into rocking like a little bit more formal wear. Maybe something with a blazer, something with a button up or a tie, something with some loafers. I definitely needed that because I feel like most of my shorts were definitely like in that definitive streetwear look. And I think the pleated portion of it being chino, kind of like you can play both sides of the field. You can do the streetwear look, but then you can also dress it up a little bit to kind of have that more formal, smart, casual look to it. But again, I think these are really great. I got a size large in these. And again, I typically float between 34, 36, and these fit me pretty well. So again, take that information for what you will. You definitely want to make sure you're looking at the size guide. And this is what they look like on me. So you could reference me. I'm like 198-ish and like 5'11-ish, 5'10-ish, just depending on who you talking to. Yeah. But yeah, I think these are really great. I think he did a really good job on these, and I do plan on buying the black pair just so I can have, a khaki pair and a black pair, because I feel like the black pair, just with my closet, I could probably do a little bit more than I can with the khaki. But I needed the khaki first because I needed to switch it up. Okay, so this next piece, man. I've already showed it in other parts, but this next piece, oh yeah, this one of them ones. This is gonna be the hardest brand to shop just because like, you don't know what the size is. I feel like it all differs. So when you're shopping online, you have to be as specific as possible. If you're buying secondhand, you want to look at the measurements. You want them to take every measurement possible because it may not fit you when they get in. And the brand that I'm talking about is going to be Bode. This piece, I love this piece. This piece is crazy. It kind of has like that old 80s, 90s bowling shirt kind of like feel to it. Really what caught my eye was a graphic on the back. I don't know what about it caught my eye. It caught my eye and I really wanted the shirt really bad. Also the colors were just nice. I think the light blue with the yellow, everything was just, it's just again, one of those things that in my brain, it just made sense. It being Bode, love Bode, the colors, love the colors. And also just like the overall aesthetic of the shirt was really dope. This is definitely gonna be my main front runner show shirt during next summer. Since I got this shirt so late, I think next summer I'm going to be rocking this shirt religiously. This shirt is a double extra large. Double extra large. Yes. That's honestly what makes shopping Bode so hard, because my last Bode shirt is like an extra large. So I thought I was playing it safe. I thought this was gonna come in and it was gonna billow out and it was gonna be like, you know, out here with it. This shirt it runs extremely small. And I think the key with Bode is, depending on the shape of the shirt is really gonna determine whether or not how it fits. Like this definitely has like that slimmer profile. The other shirt that I have from Bode kind of has like that little, it kind of not cascades out. I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but it kind of goes like this rather than this shirt is like straight up and down like that. So it almost didn't fit me. Like it was very close to not fitting me. I think the hardest issue with this shirt is taking it off. Cause like right here, like where my back is and my traps, not my traps, my, whatever that's called. Like when I go like this, it expands out. So like it's hard. So I kind of have to like take it off real slow or I'm gonna rip it. But other than that, like it fits me how I want it to fit. Definitely has like a little crop to it. And again, this shirt, 10 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10 shirt. And it's definitely gonna be worn to shit. All right, so next up is going to be a brand that I'm definitely gonna be buying into heavily into the fall. Also just in general, like I wanna find brands that like I can depend on when it comes to certain categories. So like when it comes to shirting, I can lean on Denim Tears. When it comes to Bode, I can lean on Bode. And I think I'm definitely gonna throw in CDG just because I feel like CDG has that uniqueness. They have that silhouette I'm looking for. They have the standout pieces I'm looking for with some of the prints I've seen. Like the CDG shirts I've seen just on Grailed alone are pushing me into buying more CDG, which is crazy because this shirt that I'm rocking here is a medium. And I'm sure they're all gonna be different because I'm sure the season, depending on the season that you bought, depending on, you know, where you bought it, I'm sure that's gonna play a factor on how it fits. But this being a medium, I'm sure in retrospect, this is like a large, maybe even leaning into an extra large, just because there's no way a medium's fitting me like this. It's very baggy, definitely away from the body. But again, I saw it, it was simple. It's something that I don't necessarily need to like, I was taking a risk on. Like I can fit this into my closet very easily. So we'll just see as I continue to buy more CDG shirts, like what's the overall plan for like, you know, am I more of a large? Am I extra large? Am I a medium? Like I'm sure that'll be figured out once I get more pieces and acquire more. But if you've never checked out CDG shirts, just do yourself a favor, go to Grill, go to CDG and look at the shirts and you'll just be like, oh, like I ain't never seen shirts like that before. Like those are really unique. Like I've seen some crazy print ones. I've seen some like just crazy texture ones. I've seen some other bowling ones that kind of look like old Bode pieces, but overall, I think these are really dope and I'm definitely gonna be buying into these heavily. Again, just finding those brands I can always depend on in certain categories, and I think CDG is definitely gonna be one of them ones. All right, next up are gonna be some vintage tees I've just picked up, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. First up, I have this Insane Clown Posse shirt. Front and back hit. The reason that I really picked it up, I'm not too familiar with Insane Clown Posse, but that little figure right there kind of looks like Luffy in his Nika form. And I was kind of like, oh, that's dope. Kind of want that. I know it's not the same thing, but I was like, oh, kind of want that. Next, I have this Acme shirt right here. Again, just kind of nostalgic. I used to watch this show when I was younger. Has a hole on the back that's pretty sizable. Other than that, just a nice vintage tee. Nothing too crazy going on. Next, I have this Beatles shirt. And again, something I could just throw on. Don't have to really think about. Kind of has like this dope paint on the back. That kind of adds a little bit more character to the shirt overall. But again, when it comes to vintage, I try not to like overthink it. Like if it's like a nice shape or like I can notice the character that's on the shirt, like I probably will buy it. Just because like, you know, a vintage tee could go under anything. All right, so next up is gonna be two separate brands. These are gonna be two of my homies. Every time I go to Dallas, these are the people I'm with in Dallas. Y'all have actually seen them on this channel before. So first up is gonna be Sight by Atelier. This is gonna be my homie Vince's brand. Now this is just like an overall classic piece. Can't really go wrong with it. Something that you can throw on with just about anything. That black and white can get paired with literally anything in your closet. And just the weight, like it feels like It's crazy that I know people who are making clothing and making pieces that are right on par with like, you know, big players in the game, like Gap or like Adidas or like you know, whenever I think of like, I know these people that are making these things, I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. Like, I'm cool with these people. But again, like, this is just an overall dope piece. Like, it's simple, gets the job done. Especially going into like that fall, winter time. This is definitely going to be one of those things that I always just throw on if I'm like going to run errands or if I'm trying to put a fit on or if I'm just, you know, about to go meet my girl parents. Like, it's just easy. The next brand is going to be JooniverseLab. Again, this is the reason that I'm going to Dallas. Every single time I'm going to Dallas is to attend my homie Abu's pop-up. And I picked up this track jacket right here. It kind of almost like, when I was rocking it, it kind of almost looked and had the same shape as like that Kendrick Lamar, They Not Like Us video where he has like that Martin Rose jacket on. It kind of like has like that same shape. I definitely needed a track jacket. I didn't know I needed a track jacket until I tried this one on. And it was like, I think I got it on video. As soon as I put it on, I was like, oh yeah, I need that, bro. I need that. That is going to be the thing that I'm buying. So I definitely want to give them a shout out. So JooniverseLab and Sidebot Atelier, like y'all definitely should go check them out. I'll make sure to put their website or like the link to their Instagrams in the bio below. But yeah, these are just two of my homies that are making some great clothes. So this next piece is a brand that I've never heard of actually. My girl actually put me on this brand. I was like, when she told me the name of the brand, I was like, I've never heard of this brand. And I think how you pronounce it is Maison Kitsune. Yeah, I've never heard of this brand, and when she put me on it, I was like, okay, like I've never heard of this brand, so I'm very skeptical on like what the brand's gonna like, the garment's gonna feel like. Is it gonna be durable? Is the brand gonna be reputable? But I think for this being my first interaction with this brand, this is definitely a good reaction because the garment itself, bro, like it's pretty damn sturdy for it to be a shirt. It weighs pretty well, so like this is definitely like a good fall winter piece. And I'm just like, again, I've never heard of this brand, so I was just like, okay. And then when I got it, I was like, oh, okay, like I could get down with it. And I feel like it looks dope paired with things that kind of have like that more like dress up feel to it. I don't really necessarily see how this can be dressed down to be like a streetwear type thing, but I definitely see where this can align with more so that smart casual or like that, you know, preppy-ish look. But I like the overall design of it. The design, the texture, the structure of it. Like this is my first introduction to this brand. I think this is a very good start. And it's definitely going to be a brand now that I keep on my watch list because of, you know, this is my first reaction with this brand. I think it is a dope piece. It definitely has the colors right. Let me tell you that. Overall, yeah, this is a good start to a brand I've never been introduced to. And for the last piece, we have a nice piece here from House of Air. Now, if you don't remember this brand, this is actually the brand that I bought those 3D printed shoes from a while back in this video. They definitely already made their imprint in streetwear. They've already made their imprint in high-end fashion because I think they've had a collab with Gucci already. Like, it's just one of those brands that's gonna be sticking around for a while. I don't really see them going anywhere just because like the stuff that they do is so unique and so coded to them that nobody else can replicate it. Like it's a them thing. Like you can't do what they do just because like they started it and they are expanding on it. Like as simple as that. The shirt that I got here is a size medium, which is very interesting just because like as you see as it goes from different brands, like a medium looks like an extra large looks like a medium. Like it's crazy how it always varies just depending on the company. The one thing I do not like about the shirt, and it's very minimal, the one thing I don't like, and I'm debating whether or not I'm gonna take it to a tailor to fix, is how far the sleeves come down on this shirt. It's like almost past my elbows. Like I go to the gym for what? Like I'm not about to cover the arms. Like what are you talking about? Like that's the only thing I do not like about this shirt. But everything else is fire, bro. Like the color's fire. The stitching on the back is just crazy work, bro. Crazy work. Like again, they're just doing things super unique, super different. And I think that's why, you know, that's one of the brands I always keep in the back of my mind whenever I'm like looking for things, is because like it's so different that you don't really see that, or you don't really see any other brand doing that. But yeah, House of Airs, again, another piece that I got from them that's like super solid. All right, I know this is a very long video. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I had to get it out there. Let me know in the comments, what was your favorite piece from this recent pickup video? But I'm also curious, what's something that you just recently picked up? What are some pieces that you've been buying into? I'm always curious on what y'all are buying. You know, being viewers of me, I'm curious on like what you guys are buying. What brands are you leaning to? What sneakers are you leaning to? And all that, just because like, I don't know every brand that's out there, and I feel like y'all be trying to gatekeep a little bit. So hey, go ahead and drop a comment on what you be buying recently. Also, let me know what was your favorite piece in the recent pickup video. But without further ado, like I always do, don't I? I'll catch you in the next one.
But I love the way you work it. Hey, I love the way you work it for